Yo, 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 sup guys? So today it's a little bit going off a tangent about Diddy finally got getting arrested. I made a video about Diddy and his crimes a little prior. I'll post a link in the description. I went a little deeper into his alleged crimes. There, if you want to see it, then that's fine. Also, that video has references to more investigative work. Man, my English sucks at this hour. Um, so it has more information altogether, both in the description and in the video itself. So today we're gonna be just talking about Diddy getting arrested, how I feel about that, and I don't know, my reaction to it, I guess, because just saw the news a couple of hours ago, and only now I managed to make a video of it because honestly I had work. So let's go with it. So finally he was arrested. Indictment, grand jury indictment was unsealed on the 7th of September, which is like today, and he was arrested and charged with 3 felony counts in relation to his sex trafficking investigation. Right. So the main point is there's 2 points about this whole shit: sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, racketeering. Until then, let's until we come to his lawyer's defense. Let's talk a little bit about what he's accused of. So the biggest talking points, of course, there's other things, but the biggest talking points is that he would host these extravagant parties, sex parties, orgies, if you want. Like he'll have attendees from all circles or higher circles of society, and they would engage in orgies. Now, the problem with that is that he would bring people for these orgies that were members of the staff, basically. He would drug the members of the staff and have them engage in non-consensual sexual relationships with, or other sexual acts with attendees to his parties. Now, that is sex trafficking, my friends. That is sex trafficking, that's human trafficking, that's the very definition of trafficking, in my opinion. And um, yeah, it's crazy how he didn't get indicted for this sooner because there's evidence, there's tons of evidence. Even his son partook in some of these activities. So it's crazy that only finally they managed to arrest him. Now the second talking point is I knew her name, I forgot her name. Basically, his former girlfriend. I don't know if she was his wife though. I don't really remember. Cassie, who was. I remember the name in the meantime because I'm smart like that. My brain doesn't function properly. Sorry for that, guys. Maybe the camera is making me nervous. Senpai, please forgive me. But basically, the thing is, he was caught on tape while beating the shit out of Cassie. She filed multiple lawsuits against him. She filed multiple those things you file with the police when you're I'm battered to almost death, with evidence, with video evidence, videotaped evidence, and nobody did shit about that. She finally escaped after years of mental and physical torture. She did everything possible to show the world what a monster Diddy is. She made everything possible to have case against him, but then the authorities did nothing. So the authorities failed to protect this woman. Doesn't matter if she's a great artist, if she's an artist, if she's rich, famous, whatever. It doesn't matter. They failed to protect this woman who had the means to go to court and all that shit. But the authorities failed her, and they failed a lot of women that Diddy took advantage of. So with evidence like that, like videotaped evidence of him beating the crap out of her, the authorities did nothing. They only now arrested him after tens of years of misconduct, of acts of terror, of criminal deeds. Yeah, honestly, I'm in the side that believes that he had a hand in the Pac assassination. I mean, come on, he tried to shoot him a few years prior. He survived. Afterwards, he gets gunned down. The prime suspect is Diddy. Who else would benefit from it? Oh, Diddy. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. So yeah, and the person who was arrested for the Pac murder was actually affiliated with Diddy through some shady connections. So, but the police never did anything against him because why would they? They don't care about people getting killed or battered or anything if it's a celebrity involved, right? He had the money to just buy himself out of prison until I think he couldn't. The pressure was too high. I think he had information about, or rather, blackmail information about some powerful people until those people were out of the picture. And now he's left with nothing. Hopefully, the prosecution will do their job and will try to find justice for the victims. Honestly, I feel what's the word? Anger. I feel a lot of anger towards Diddy because I'm not a huge Pac fan. I'm a fan of his work. I listen to a lot of his tracks. I think they're magnificent. He was a one of a kind artist. I think one of the only one of a kind artists we had in the previous decades. Um, but even going behind that, besides that, he did all this heinous shit like killing other people or battering other people or beating other people, and he has the gall and the audacity to turn up to Lady D's funeral and sing that fucking song, which the song slaps. The song is very good. Coming home, I'm coming home. But then again, the artist himself sucks ass. Human trash? And I don't know how. The thing is, let's look a little bit about at the his attorney's statements, and then we'll come back to that because I actually thought of a closing statement while talking about all the shit. So the lawyer said that he came to engage the court system and start the case. He's going to plead not guilty, of course he won't. He's going to fight with all of his energy. Allegedly constructed a criminal enterprise, various crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. I think that's only scratching the surface. I think there's a lot more shit he should be accused of, but whatever, maybe they should find evidence. Uh, right, he was coercing women and those around him to fulfill his sexual desires, yada yada yada. Basically, his attorney said that we're gonna fight this with all we have. How the fuck can you be so out of touch with reality to state something like that? Like, I understand he's your client. I understand you have to defend him. But how soulless can you be to defend such a monster? Honestly, I have to ask every. Maybe an attorney will actually find this video and try to educate me, because at the end of the day, you have to have. I mean, not have a soul to defend monsters. And I think if everything is true, Diddy qualifies as a monster, but I believe there's enough evidence to point in the right direction or in the direction that I believe in. Because everything is opinion, right? Everything I'm saying here is an opinion. And the craziest shit is actually that the police did find 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants in Diddy's home. Like, what the fuck is he doing with all that crazy shit? Am I right, fellas? I mean, I know what he's using it for his sex parties and orgies, but other than that, it's crazily random that he found like 1,000 bottles of, and that's what they say from the investigation. Like, we didn't find, they don't disclose evidence except this bit of information. Like, anyways, what I was going to say just to conclude this shit, because it's me just talking about his arrest. We're not talking about anything else. Like, we're not debating his crimes, his alleged crimes. We're not debating the history of this investigation or that shit. I want to keep it as short as possible for you guys, if that's okay with you. But what I was gonna close with is that if everything is true and he's found guilty, even if he's not found guilty, I think at least for battering women, he is guilty. I mean, there's evidence for crying out loud, and they're not doing anything in that regard. He issued an apology video, but that was like crap. Let me check that out. So Diddy apology video. This one. Yada 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 yada. More talky about him and how he feels sorry and remorse, and he's not that man anymore. But the point is, the problem is actually that he is the same person, and nobody's doing. I mean, finally, authorities are doing something about it. But it's crazy how a human being like me, like you, like probably most of you guys, he's a human, right? And he's able to do all this crazy shit, crazily evilish things without any money, anybody batting an eye, and people actually supporting him in the media and in his celebrity circle. It's I know, man. For me, it's crazy. Everybody except 50 Cent. So he actually has. Let me check that out. So basically, taking shots at Diddy. Actually, 50 took some. 50 is, I think, the only celebrity who actually actively took shots at him. Like here I'm company and Barrymore, and I don't have. See here in the oh, you cannot see it, right? I've had his outlined, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house. He had it. Like 50 already started with the man, he's crazy. He never attended the parties. So he never attended. 50 never attended the party because just an uncomfortable energy connected to it. Who is making a documentary? Holy crap, really? Man, it would be amazing. 50 Cent will be making a documentary for Netflix about the sexual assault allegations against Combs. He was never friends with him despite their history of working together. They it was mostly work. There wouldn't be a disappointment if we didn't speak to one another. Oh, really? So some of them were involved at the parties and enjoyed themselves, so they don't know what the fuck is on tape and what's not on the tape. So 50 is actually getting it all out. Like the Shade Mansion. Holy crap. I think it's the Shade Mansion, right? I think it was called the Shade Mansion, like the magazine. But basically he's letting everything out from the from the house, from inside. And it's amazing. So 50 is actually a very nice person for doing that, and the only celebrity that's talking against Diddy for that matter. And I don't know, I think my respect has gone a lot up. Respect plus, as they say. So, my closing statement after that 50 conundrum is he's a man like me, like most of you guys, except the bots that are uh, finding their ways to my channel. But at the end of the day, I cannot believe that a human being, right, could do such evil shit. It feels like sometimes we are, in so many ways, more vicious than animals, for crying out loud. It feels like humans are the most evil, the evilest creatures on earth. At certain points, when you see things like that, because everything is premeditated, everything is rationalized in his fractured, crazy mind. So yeah, I think that's all. Leave a comment about the whole situation. What do you think of the Diddy allegations? What is your opinion about him? Well, maybe there's some people that actually like him and don't think he did anything wrong. I'd love to hear an opinion on that because I think it would make a great debating point. But I'm 90% sure that he's accused of the majority of the things he's being accused of. That's an opinion. Everything is alleged as for now. So, except the beating of Cassie. That's not alleged, that did happen. So he's a women beater. Congrats. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this. I hope you watch this. Otherwise, yep, it's me ranting again like crazy. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a subscribe, you know the shit. Bye everybody. I love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. See ya.